Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back to another episode of Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. In the last one, made our way to subterranean hell. Let me see. Yeah, cursed clock tower up there. Made our way into subterranean hell in order to be able to get the fish that allows to get the fish to get us the soul that allows us to be able to swim underwater because it's necessary to be able to enter these ruins here. And let's see, first off, we battled Gurgoth, I think previously. I'm not sure if it was the same episode before that. But in the end of the last one, I died in this part of the castle because I wasn't paying attention to my health like a fucking idiot. So with that, we're just going to continue on here. If I continue on further right from this room, we have a whole room here. And then after that, we have ourselves a warp room in the Silence Ruins here. You got zombie enemies here. You got the larva making its way back. But we're just going to continue on through the Silence Ruin here. It's basically a giant callback. Ugh. Julius! I'm fine. Don't worry. What? You done already? So much for the legendary Belmont. Talk all you want. Hey, punk. Looks like I can get me a little payback from you. But I'm not at full power just yet. The throne chamber on the top floor. You were heading there, weren't you? That's where we'll settle score once and for all. Watch it. He's tough. Especially for me since I can't use magic seals. Hold on, Julius. You can't use magic seals? Uh-huh. What about it? Well, didn't you run into monsters that you couldn't destroy? No. I destroyed them before they could reconstitute. They weren't a problem. But this time, I don't think that'll work. You've got to be joking. That should have been impossible. Forget about me. You can go on. I'll be fine. He's expecting me. I'll be on my way. Watch out for his fire attacks. But you can do it. Don't disappoint me. Got it. Well, I mean, we have to head there anyhow. And a room over to the right over here, of course, would be the save point. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I said save real quick. There I go, screwing shit up again. We're actually approaching a boss pretty soon here. Oof. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's cool. Let me just... Ooh, nope, nope. I don't want to take that way. Never mind. Just get out the way, because I'm not dealing with those guards right now. Ow! You're going to toss me a bone from above. Alright. And it's a classic Castlevania enemy boss. It's the bats. But you do gotta be careful. Bat Company, the bats there do... he will hurt you, and he does hurt pretty damn bad. He'll switch into multiple forms here. Watch out for that hand grab, because he can grab you for a little bit. He also has a couple other forms that he can take too. When he turns into his bat form, he'll just charge straight at you, so you just want to be out the way when he does charge. I think he does it like 3 to 4 times, depending on what his pattern is. You also have this form here. You can just use, if you have Witch ability, it's great for this. Yikes, watch out, watch out, watch out. Don't get too close. Don't get too close. Very nice. All right. If you get caught by the hand, then that is like a multi-hit attack, multi-combo attack of like 30 HP apiece. Ow. So you've been good to me this one. There we go. Just avoid the attacks altogether and then just keep it moving. Which is great for this. Only a 3-shot that time. Okay, that's fine. The rings do hurt, so you want to be careful. There we go. Bat Company. Transform into a bat and fly, and we just got probably the best soul item in the game. Man, oh man, I love Bat Company. It works the same way. I think Bat was in the first one. Was in Aria as well, if I'm not mistaken. Works the same way though. You transform into a bat, and you can fly all over the place as long as you got the mana points for it, or the mana meter. But there we go. Oof. Well, you do revert back to your normal form though if you manage to take some hits. Manage to take a hit or so. Let's just go ahead and not save for now. We'll be okay. We'll actually, you know what? Let me just. Better safe than sorry, because that's what happened last time. All right. So now that we got Bat Company, we're pretty much just about done with the Silenced Ruins here. We do have to take the transport back up, but first we do want to unlock a simple area that you can get now that we have everything unlocked here. Assuming that this guy doesn't really get into our way, it causes too much trouble here. Thank you. Basically, what I'm opening up here is another entryway. And there is going to be a point, though, where we're going to have to get some souls soon. We're going to need 3 specific souls in order to get the, in order to continue on with the main plot of the story here, because we are going to come up on chances where we can get different endings. That will be happening very shortly. You son of a bitch, man. What the Come on, let me get back up there, please. There we go. Screw you. Two made skeletons there, but yeah, this takes us back into subterranean hell. We just push this here, and you can make our way back. There is an enemy in there called the Ukobak. It's basically the green monster that shoots flames. You do need, that is a soul requirement in order to continue on with the path. The other 2 souls that you do need, you can get elsewhere. Do we have, no, we don't have the ability just yet, but another mirror location here in the Silenced Ruins where there's 7 mirrors in all, where you can get various items and goodies. I will show that off once I do gain that ability. At some point. I don't know if it'll be immediately after I gain it. I don't know. We're just going to have to see how it goes. But now that we got that unlocked, let's go ahead and make our way towards the, towards the far right here. All right, can you just, thank you very much. Just want to get out the way. There we go. Over to the far right. So now that we're here, we need to make our way back up to the Cursed Clock Tower, because now that we have the Bat Company ability, we can go through a certain section that we weren't able to earlier, so we'll go deal with that. First, I'll make a quick stop at the Lost Village just to catch up on some things, and then we'll just see how, we'll see how it goes from there. See you guys in a second. And here we are back at the Cursed Clock Tower. A few more potions in tow. Let's go ahead and make our way back down here. Ow, I can't believe I screwed that up already. That's nice. This spike section we couldn't get into here earlier, but now with the bat ability, assuming you don't fuck up like I did right there, then you can just make your way across, no problem. There's a lot of spikes in this room, so you want to be careful. Hello, devil. Bye, devil. Hello, harpies. No soul for all that, huh? That's fine. And now we'll make our way towards the pinnacle. Basically, the near the tippity top of the castle at this point. We're near the end of the main portion of the game here. Let's go ahead and work our way down the pinnacle here. Show off some of the areas here as well. Basically, you do want to make your way down here first. Oof, watch out. I'm just going to get out of the way of all the enemies here. Gotta watch my health now. On the bottom pathway, though, you go to the far left, though, you do reach another warp point here on the bottom. I'm just going to go back to Lost Village real quick. Just give me 1 second. Alright, we are back. So let's go ahead and now make our way towards the other area, to the other side here. But yeah, that's the location of a warp zone. So if you need to make your way towards any other areas before you continue on through the pinnacle, this will be the best place to do so. And this contains a save point here, which is nice. I don't know why the hell I did all that then, if that was the case. Nope, that's the main road as of yet. But these are basically what looks like a bunch of Yokos, tend to be a bunch of succubuses, so be careful with them because they do drain a lot of health and a lot of energy. This pathway actually leads to an area that we're going to have to deal with later on, but we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to uncover the rest of the pinnacle first. This area leads to a pathway which we went to earlier. Yep. So now we just have to make our way now towards the far left. And that's how you reach, this is how you're going to reach the upper area of the pinnacle. Just watch out for these horses, hooded warriors, these manticores here. The guillotiner. You got a few of these along the way here, and they do chomp for quite a bit of health too, so be careful with that. I managed to actually hit one of them things. Oh my god. Beautiful. I was gonna say, it's like, yeah, no, you couldn't be dead just yet. It's a werewolf there. Ow. Oh, it sounds just as crunchy as they did in Symphony of the Night, too. Alright. We got a Manticore coming up, so we gotta defeat this guy over here. I'm just gonna toss some witch stuff at it. Watch out for the guillotiner. Dude takes quite a bit of a punch there. Something breakable on this side here? No, I don't think it was. We got ourselves some final guards, which we need to avoid. Which, I mean, you can easily do with the Bad Company here. Now, this particular item here, you need a specific soul in order to show up in order for an enemy to show up. That's one of like the secret enemies of the game in order to take their soul and such. But you can get through the final guards just like that. Oof. Can actually get some nice items up this way as well. Doesn't lead to like the main pathway, but you can get some nice stuff if you're good with it. Ooh, okay, Mr. Werewolf. Sorry about that. Get some nice treasures along the way too. Get lots of monies. Ow. Thank you. Now we're getting into the thick of it here. Let's go ahead and use the bat. Oh, I'm out of fucking mana. I didn't realize I was out of mana. Shit. Boy, am I an idiot. Okay, let me use an item here real quick. High potion. There we go. That was a waste of a potion. That really was. Okay. Got a whole section of the pinnacle here. Gotta use Bad Company to make our way up. You got, of course, traditional Castlevania staircase in order to get there. Let me see. Was there something on this side first? Just to make sure you use the Mad Company. Some more treasures. Nice. Yeah, those iron guards, those final guards are no joke. They can do a shit ton of damage on you if you're not careful. Alright, so here is the room to meet Dario since we're at the upmost part of the castle. But first, break that open so you can get a couple of items here. Starting off with the Fragarak. Let's see if that is better than, no, technically a demonic sword in the shape of a cross. Axe is still technically better. What we have over here to the right is definitely the most powerful accessory, known as Satan's Ring. So before I go into the battle here against Dario, I'm going to take a quick detour real quick just to prep and everything ahead of the battle here. So just give me one moment. And we are back. All right. Time to go into the battle against Dario. What took you so long? Let's finish this. I'll show you why you can't become the Dark Lord. Ha! Even Belmont was no match for me. You think a punk like you can win? Was there ever any doubt? Power is nothing if you don't know how to use it. I'll never lose to a fool dominated by his own power like you. Well, what's the point of power if you don't use it? Don't act as if you know. It's about survival of the fittest. Let's see you try to survive this time. Gah! Ooh, that shit hurts. Dario round 2, but you can see in the back there is definitely a hooded mysterious figure there. Or a mysterious figure is like we can't do anything about it at the moment. Whoa, look at that. That's a nice little dragon attack that you got going on there. Shit, man. Got the Tri-Fire too? That's pretty cool. Come on. Do your punch. Oh, shit. Okay. Get a high potion because it does 145. That's more than enough to kill me if need be. Yikes. Which attack is great. Oof, okay. And that's that. You don't have to do the inputs this time around. It does it for you. I cut off the power from the darkness using a magic seal. Give up. It's over. But... Get away from him, Soma. No! He couldn't resist the demon that had fused with his soul. You're saying he lost to the demon's power? He perhaps could have been saved if the demon was cut free from his soul, but don't let it concern you. That's just what happens when you let your hunger for power overwhelm you. Arikado, what became of Celia? I'm sorry. We have units tracking her whereabouts now. So we're done here. Let's get out of here. What's wrong, Soma? Nothing. I just felt something odd for a moment. Hmm. Did anything strange happen in the castle? No, nothing. Wait! Come to think of it, when I fought Dimitri, there was something weird. Go on. I never finished him off, but he died anyway. And that's when I felt something enter me, like a soul under domination. We'll have to investigate. Come, we'll meet with Yoko right away and head for the church. Is something happening to me? I don't know, but we'll know soon enough. Data has been saved. And ladies and gentlemen, that is actually one of 3 possible endings of this game. Iga, the producer of the game, he went to go and produce Bloodstain. Okay, but yeah, that's ending number 1 where Dario dies. In order to continue on with him, you saw that monster in the background in the mirror. We have to gain access by beating another boss and dominating the soul in that one. But we have to go back to the Demon Guest House and that pathway that I showed you earlier in order to get there. Be right back. And here we are. This is the pathway out of the pinnacle that leads us into another section of the Demon Guest House. There are 3 total levels to this area, this being the final level of the Demon Guest House, and we are going to open up the other floors very shortly once we get to the other side here. Of course, you got the Ghost Dancers. Hit that, and then you can now access pretty much all the floors in the Demon Guest House. And you got a bunch of monsters too that just definitely a lot of stronger ones. And this is a mimic. Yes, it is. Just making sure we're clearing out any additional spaces of the guest house first. I do believe that's where you do have to go. Yep. So just momentarily, a lot of witches and dolls in that room, so you can probably gain some good experience or some good, some experience mainly with that one. You got an iron golem here. You do need a soul that should switch out HP and MP. I don't have that one or anything like that just yet, but I'll put it up on screen if I can find which one it was. But what you want to do is you do want to come down here to this level, because now we have what's separated between a few different walls. It looks like 2 at first, but there is actually 3 of them. You need the axe armor soul, you need the killer clown soul, and you need the Ukobak soul. The axe armor and the killer clown can be found in the Demon Guest House. The killer clown is in the second level. Axe armor is in the first level of the Demon House. You can find that. Ukobak is in Subterranean Hell. I don't have them on this file, but I do have another file saved with this already raring to go. So let me go ahead and switch things out momentarily. I'll see you guys back in a second. And here we are. So now that we got everything out the way, let's go ahead and put on the axe armor. Use that against this wall here. Killer clown. Let's go ahead and equip. These are all red souls, by the way. And it's just like in Aria of Sorrow, where you had to get 3 souls in order to get the good ending. But for some reason, I can't make sense of why specifically these 3 souls that you need in order to gain the ability that allows you to continue to maintain the good ending of the game. But let me go ahead and switch that back. Actually, our X armor would be great for this battle here. But if we go to the far left, as I keep saying, far left. There we go. Oh, and by the way, too, I do have weapon changes and stuff like that on this particular file. I have a trident as a weapon. Basically, a lot of upgrade weapons you will get from Yoko's weapon synthesis using the souls. So that's what I ended up doing too as well. But you can do that with basically a lot of your stuff is going to come from that. Do I not have Satan's ring in this one? No, I do not. On this file. Well, I have to go back there anyways once I get there. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That is absolutely a-okay. Power belt will do. Let's go. Got ourselves against Paranoia. Doesn't seem that terrible at first. Basically, his main gimmick is that he will basically point and shoot a laser and it'll bounce off the mirrors. The small version will stab you with a little knife if you get a little too close, so you do want to be careful. All in all, this doesn't seem too difficult. You just have to be careful with the lasers here, because they hurt like a son of a bitch, that's for sure. Use your back company in order to avoid them the best as you can with that. Not cool. Damn it. By the angles of the mirror, you can probably tell where it's going to go. I hate when he has to when he goes in like that. That's fine. Had it prepared just in case. Oh, come on. I hit him with that. That's bullshit. No seal. Huh. Round 2. The true battle begins against Paranoia in this one. Axe armor is great for this one because there's a multi-hit. Paranoia will follow you around. He'll pop into the mirror, but this time the laser is a bit bigger, so you want to be careful. And it does a fuck ton more damage as well. He does multi-attacks as well. Ooh, oh shit, that was so close. Damn it. Yeah, high mind. High mind up. Combo womboed. Okay, holy shit. Why? Damn it. Got him. Well, assuming I can do this correctly, which I did. Paranoia gains the ability to enter mirrors. And we got ourselves old Rox's suit in the process, which switched out with the chainmail. Look at the stat difference on that. Holy shit. We are definitely putting that on. And you know what? Where are we at? Oh, no, but there's a mirror right here. Let's go ahead and show that off real quick. And you got a mana prism. Can't go into the walls or anything like that. It's only the mirror ability, but this is definitely something that we're going to use. But we're going to call it an episode here, seeing as how we're up on time. But next time I see you guys, we will be back up at the very top of the pinnacle to face Dario again. But this time, we're going to do that battle the right way and save Dario and cut the soul loose from Dario so that way he survives. And continue on with the plot from there. So until then, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hope you have yourselves a fantabulous day. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Good night.